a bunch of
That was
fights
weird.
and ramble for a bit before we could get out while we were trying to get back to the ship.
Yeah, and
That's
then
just
while we were,
chloromancy. I can do stuff like
yeah,
that.
but it was very high level
Yeah.
coordinates. Like I would say at least four,
Stuff like the
if not more.
was that berry you put on the end of your staff like from one of your seeds, or did you just grow that out of the ground?
It's a needleberry. I mean, I don't need to put the seeds inside, but like if I want the right needleberry, it makes it easier to focus on it.
It's really cool. The only other person I ever saw use chloromancy before was Barris.
I was gonna say the man who turned into a plant egg.
I
Yeah, I'm
didn't know
still a
you
little
were
confused
there.
by that whole egg part, I'll be honest. Like, I'm
don't
starting to
worry.
puzzle
Honest,
the pieces together, but...
a lot of us were confused when it happened to...
Still
there was
confused.
a Ferrari sitting on it for several days saying that they were going to try to hatch it.
They tried to
Watch
hatch
out
it.
for the runes outside
Yeah,
of your tent
one
doors.
of the Ferrari that goes
They're
by,
to
Ashes,
prevent
they
the
said,
demons from popping out of the ground and eating you in your
remember their
sleep.
voice, they were like, hatch egg. Or
Got
I've
it.
been doing that, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
They always mean so well, those little guys.
And if you're inviting demons over, you should let them know, or else
Get that
it'll
one torch if
evaporate
you ever
them
see
into
them.
dust.
They are obsessed
Oh,
with
don't do
fire.
that.
Ashes is called Ashes because they are obsessed with fire, and last time I saw them, they had a
Okay.
torch
All right.
around, and we're convinced they could
But
kill
only
us.
let the good demons know, not the bad ones.
You got
I
it,
don't want
bud.
to be eaten in my sleep.
I don't think I want to be eating in my sleep either. I'm not keen on that idea.
I don't think anybody really.
Well then it'll help you.
Rowan, well, well, most of us are here. I don't know if Vesper went to sleep already.
Nope. He's
Did we want to
doing a thing.
figure out a watch rotation
A
for
thing?
stuff before?
Who's
stuff gets
Vesper?
the big old goat man.
When he
Who's
went around when I
with
said
the
this.
flowers. He smelled nice.
He sure
Um,
did, actually.
Lumen, starting tonight, until we at least have a more secure area, we're gonna have a night rotation, just to make sure that any threats. We don't know what's out there right now.
Well, I mean, between us, Umbra, Ignis, so Ignis can see us.
Yeah, we're right above there.
What do you mean with
Right
that?
there, yeah.
Yeah, they're on the upper.
Where are they?
On the upper cliff face.
Oh, there. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's...
And then
Yeah, well, at least
Umbra
we
and
can keep each other
Ventus
company from a distance. That's
are
one
both
hit.
up there now. We got this whole area covered, view-wise.
Well, that's good. If we see one camp go up in fire, we definitely can prepare for the rest.
Base near the ship.
Yeah, Aqua's there by the
Still want
docks,
one of
so
us.
they can-
And
they can
Terra's
get
by
their
the farm.
weapons.
Yep. I've been keeping track of where everyone's set up.
Of course, Terrace by the farm.
Oh yeah,
I don't
where
know
is
where any of those
I knew they
places
were,
are.
They were somewhere close to the actual city, but then they swapped places.
Ventus was originally in a cave, but for some reason or another, they're set up now by Umbra. They're like right next to them.
Oh, so
Oh,
like they
okay.
kind of made like a little Umbra Ventus enclave up there or something.
Honestly, maybe we should have all doubled up like that. That might have been nice.
We.
I mean,
kinda
you could
doubled
see
up in a
there's
way
some
with
trees,
Gaten
they'll
and
warn you.
And Lumen kind of are.
I mean, by the way, I've seen you're pretty quick on your feet, so even if something does happen, you'd probably be there before they even have their first breath. So,
Yeah.
And I'll be with you.
Actually, on that note, I will be right back.
Yeah, yeah, Rin. Finally, you have a running buddy right here.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys have been a bit in the shit, huh?
I mean, if one of your leaders kept, picking fights with all the professors and yelling at you whenever you complain about something, yeah. Oh, is Oswald dying? Mordred probably being dead.
So you're okay. I heard a little bit of this and that. I'm sorry you're going through that right now.
Thing anyone can do.
Well, you want to talk?
It's fine. Should go back with Lumen.
To be honest, I accidentally walked in on Yuki and Vesp earlier. I've been kind of in the know, and Emma had some choice words about the situation. So I kind of was planning on poking in, and Talia's been pretty nice to me, and I wanted to make sure you're all doing all right, especially given what's going on with her.
I may be leaving Ventus. That's all.
Where would you go?
I talked with Lothario to maybe joining Aqua, and I was planning to talk to Lumen about joining you. Before the new students are sorted, at least.
What about Ulysses?
But I'm not sure if I want to put a new person to Ventus. Just because I changed teams doesn't mean that I will not be with him. I just cannot stand the way Yuki is right now.
Have you told her that?
Every time I speak up, she yells at me.
Does no one else stand up for you?
No. I just talked with Talia and Ulysses about it.
Emma kind of said the same thing, that it was sort of Yuki what drove her away. And if I'm honest, I watched her giving Talia a bit of a talking to on the boat a few weeks back. Maybe someone needs to talk to her and make it clear. Maybe someone what ain't inside your group.
Talia tried. He tried. Yuki doesn't realize that her position makes all the rest of us have to fight her fights. Every mistake she makes, we suffer the consequences. That's what a leader does. I know she's not our captain, but Tao has been gone for... not been present for long, so she's basically our captain. She keeps picking fights with the professors. Everything they do.
I got a rag here.
I understand not agreeing with everything our operas do. I'm not saying that we should all just blindly do everything, right? But there's a way to do things that is just not butting heads and yelling and dragging your team to suffer the consequences after.
You think if things changed, you'd stay?
I'm not sure. I'm probably not gonna leave Ventus. Like I said, I don't want to drag a new person into their mess.
I don't know. Barrett seems like he might be able to handle himself.
It's fine.
You don't look fine.
And I'll be honest. Seeing how everyone is just acting like nothing happened with Val. I know it didn't look like it, but he was one of my closest friends. He was one of the only people that stood up for me when Lucia said those horrible things she did. Everyone else just defended her.
I know. Val wasn't popular by the sounds of it, but I know the real kind of person he was. I can't think about that right now. Sorry if it comes off cold.
It's fine, not asking you to. I just feel like I'm slowly losing people I care about. The only two people that are keeping me in this is just Emma and Elisa's, and Emma has been slowly grown distant since she became close with Luca. And Elisa's is... well...
Well, listen. I'll talk to Rowan. Maybe hearing it from another captain that one of her teammates is considering leaving might knock some sense into her head and make her open to talking. And I could try talking with her too. And it ain't gonna make what might have happened in the past better, but maybe it'll open the door for going forward. But maybe at the end of the day, if you decide you do want to go, you know, talk to Rowan, talk to Yorl. Make sure those doors are open. Have an escape plan. Because Kiki, at the end of the day, something I found is it's good and well to have others around you. People that are close and people what you can rely on, but making sure you watch out for number one. It's maybe the most important thing you could do.
yeah. Sorry for all of this. I know we don't talk much. I
Like I
appreciate
said,
it.
when I heard, Gun Monkey told me he was surprisingly knowledgeable about the situation. So, I figured I would check in anyway. So I was going to be asking for this one way or another.
Is Tara at their camp right now? I was going to go stay with them.
Which camp?
Tara.
I haven't seen many folk from Terra. I'll walk with you if you want.
It's alright. I know their camp is at least over there-ish, so...
And, you know, worst
I'll
come
go
to
check.
worst, it sounds like, you're pretty small, and we, you know, you could fit into one of our tents if you need be. Or,
Is the non-sorted gonna be staying with you guys tonight?
sounds like Pippin was going to stay with Aqua, but Pippin also said he was going to sleep in a tree. So...
Well, I'm gonna go check Tara, but Thank you.
Take care, Kiki.
No.
I would say. Yeah, that's also what I was thinking. But,
But short of Professor Monty, he was basically
Rin. Rin.
They need their space. She at least.
I just spoke with Kiki. She's thinking about leaving and trying to join Lumen.
Have you told Rowan?
Not yet. We just finished talking. I was actually coming to look for her. Or Talia. Gun Monkey told me that things have kind of gone to shit, and Emma was filling me in. And it kind of sounds like Yuki is in a bit of a state.
Yes, she was when I found her. She's calmed down now, a bit.
I don't mean just tonight, Vesp. Oh God, that's a hell of a slip.
I am aware that she's dealing with some other things.
Mushroom, walking mushroom, mushroom running, mushroom.
Oh. I think that's one of the spirits that were on the boat. Weird. Well, we should leave the spirits to what they're doing. Listen, I understand that she's going through some other things. She's come to me for help in the past, but I couldn't help her because the poisons that I have don't really get rid of things like what she's dealing with. So I couldn't help her. And I think the only ones that really can is Ventus. Elenia said that they're calmed down now. And they're going over there to hopefully have a good conversation.
Kiki, that's the thing.
I'm a bit
Kiki's
worried.
just straight up avoiding their camp. She's heading to Aqua or Terra. Hell, if she can't find a spot in those two camps, she's coming back to us to sleep.
Right, well...
The bridge
hopefully
is on fire.
tomorrow, and it's not gonna be put out today.
But it might be burnt.
I don't think it's up to us to try to put it out. And I don't think we can, even if we tried. At least not from this side.
I think she needs to
Arisha
hear
seems
it
to
from
be-
someone else. I think she needs to hear it from someone who's not part of their crew.
Kiki.
No, not just Kiki, but Emma, and it sounds like she was beating up on Talia. It sounds like she's just been... I watched her on the boat, just giving her a tongue lashing, just real mean like. She's... something wrong with her. I don't think she means to be it. But she's being a bit of a bully.
I know that something is wrong with her, and I don't understand what it could be other than... And you're not going to like it. But she has been around Murdesh for a while now.
Alright, you don't have the full story. Okay? Yeah, I'm not at liberty to say, but I don't think it's that.
They've gone now. I can talk a bit louder. Alright, can't you keep a secret?
Maybe? Depends what the secret is.
I suppose that's only fair. She's been dealing with seeing things. I don't know to what extent, but it's been happening for a bit now.
There's also been a bit of a shift in their team dynamic. Maybe in a way that she doesn't know how to handle. And that's all I'm gonna say.
I see. I think you know, or at least understand. You are very perceptive. Yuki told me in the cave that... Is it regarding, let's say, Talia? Right. Yuki told me that Talia mentioned how she felt about Yuki. And that she didn't really provide with an answer at the time. I asked her a bunch of questions ago.
Solace.
Right. Well, I can be vague enough, at least from now on. I asked her a bunch of questions regarding how she felt about her and whether she felt the same things with her than with the rest of the team, and for the most part it seems that she did, but with the way that she is right now, and the way that she's been for a while, I don't think she understands or could even tell if she really felt the same way.
She's talking about fighting Malik, too.
Why?
I don't know.
Who?
Gun Monkey told me. Gun Monkey told me most of this. And then I found out from Kiki. So Gun Monkey's reliable, at least.
But who wants to fight Malik?
Sounds like the team split three-way.
I won't lie. I would prefer Samar as the leader, but I'd rather not take such direct action.
Malik's been nothing but
The way
kind
she
to
said
me.
on the boat. Right. Well, I've seen a different side to him, but it's not enough to, like I said, take direct action. And besides, from what Samar said, she and Malik should share the same rank. At least they did on the boat. Perhaps they reached an agreement. I have yet to speak with her, even though I've really wanted to. But I haven't been able to find her.
Wow. Alright, well, okay. Ventus is a fucking mess then. Good to know. I thought we were bad.
We're a bit bad.
Well, we should... Alright, I guess our business is Kiki. So, let's maybe go tell Rowan before, you know, because if a spot opens up on Ventus, you know.
Yeah.
But let's keep it in the team for now.
Yes, of course.
What's the second question?
What's kissing?
Mushroom.
It's when two people put their lips together.
Oh, so it's like when you put life into people with the air. Okay.
Yeah, like when you do that.
Yeah,
Except, kissing's more
Hey.
romantic.
On paper,
That
I
is
guess.
that's just saving a life. That's just
We have
medical.
acquired a spirit friend.
It's like you do it when like nothing's
Mercy.
They
wrong.
are.
Like you both just really like each other, and you're just like,
Could you
well,
hang
maybe we
around
should
for a
What'd you
little
have for
bit?
breakfast?
together, and then you do it, and you're like,
What did I have for breakfast?
That's what kiss it is.
Yeah,
I like
you got that
that.
whole
Should I
feeling
kiss
of wanting
him?
to do it again.
Oh, I sat for a while. My
You
legs
have
are a
to
bit
ask
tired from sitting.
I
I think
like
I'd
you.
have
I
to
was
go
just
What did
saying,
you ask?
could you hang around for a little
See,
bit?
that I appreciate as well. Just not on the whole kissing front.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Alright,
You
cool.
need their
Thank you.
consent.
Rowan.
If they say
yeah.
no, then you can't kiss them.
I think
Could I
you're
still-
good friends.
Yep, no
understand.
means no.
No means no.
1 second, I can't tell you.
I wanted to ask you a few questions. We wanted to ask you a few questions about Norndal and things like that. If you could.
Yeah, sure.
What's a Norandal?
I'll be back in a minute. Sorry.
Where we are.
That's the town we were in.
Vesper, Vin,
That's where they took your heart.
All right,
Oh.
fuck it. Where are we going? I was gonna
Anyway.
go back to where we were.
Yeah, but we don't really have a good view of around, so. I think this is the best because they can't really come from behind because there's a cliff. Well, I really did lie about Norandal.
I'm gonna just rip the bandage right off.
But yes.
Kiki's thinking of leaving Ventus.
I see.
And one of her options might be us.
Right.
Apparently, there's been a lot of infighting over there.
Today in particular, or right?
Yes.
Sounds like from Emma for a while now, too. Just comes and goes in waves.
Right.
This one was especially bad, it seems, though, however.
Hmm.
I won't pry too much into her business then, but is this your two way of asking my opinion on inviting her to the squad?
Hmm.
I suppose.
Yes
we
and
open
no.
to it in the first place is the best question.
Yeah, are we open? And secondly, would you... We have kind of different opinions here on the Kiki situation. I'm gonna voice my opinion, then you voice yours. Alright. It kind of sounds like Kiki's gone a little bit off the deep end. Not Kiki, Yuki. She's been pushing folks away. Emma cited her as the reason she left Ventus in the first place. Kiki cited her as the reason she'd leave Ventus. I watched her give Talia a proper talking to on the boat the other day, but for reasons I don't fully understand. She just seems to be a bit, unwell. And if I'm honest, I feel like another captain talking to her might make it clear that it's becoming a problem. Significant enough that it's affecting not just her team, but others. That's my piece.
It's my opinion that's what happened with Yuki. I did my best to try to help her, but from what I talked with her and I understand of her situation, I don't think it's something to put in the terms that Rin used. If the bridge is burning, it's not something for us to be able to even put out from our side. It should be something that Ventus deals with in one way or another. Because I don't really think we can help in the first place. But
Right.
you know.
Because you both seem to know, and if it's too personal, don't tell me. Did something in particular set this off, or...
Well,
We have
there's
varying
a few
opinions
things
on
in the
that.
background, let's say. But let's also say that the igniting factor came from Yuki speaking with Acteris and about the Feraliander situation. And from there, Acteris apparently decided that Ventus should be punished. That seems to be the igniting factor this time around. There are some other things, but that seems to be what set it off.
You know, maybe it's a little troublesome talk, but maybe setting up some new ground rules about this whole group punishment business should happen. Respectfully, the professors are perhaps a bit more dependent on us than we are them this time around.
Well, in the first place, I thought that the Chancellor had said that the punishments would be doled out by the captains themselves. So this, for one, seems like an overstep.
Well.
I do not know how well it would go to challenge Professor Acteros on it, but the Chancellor did say.
I can maybe talk to Malik. He seems to like me.
Well, I will say my blanket opinion. I don't know where either of you stand when it comes to inviting Kiki, or having the option open even. I'm not against it, but I still want to know everyone else before I agree with anything. I want to give them all a fair chance, and I don't know Kiki that well, admittedly.
Agreed. I don't think that's unreasonable. But I think we should try and help stabilize Ventus if we can. Their problems become our problems.
I'm going to be honest with that regard. I don't disagree, but I don't see what's... I understand I'm a captain, but I don't know if people see me as one. And I don't know Yuki at all. I'd just be a stranger approaching her.
Don't worry, I won't get lost this time. Actually, that you, Vesper?
Yes, hello?
Ah, perfect. May I speak to you for a quick second? It'll only take a minute of your time.
Yeah, sure, of course.
I think we're done.
That should be no problem.
Just stuff to mull over for now. We can maybe reconvene on it.
Yeah.
After you, Professor.
Okay.
I'm not against the second part, but if you're looking for a captain who might be able to, I know she spends a lot of time with Murtash. It might be a better bet.
Maybe, but I wouldn't sell yourself short either. Although I will say this, apparently, Kiki and Val were close.
They were.
Maybe something to take into
I
consideration.
need to speak with her about something as well. I finished reading his journal after. His notes, that is. In fact, I wanted to bring it up to the squad if we had a little bit more alone time, but...
We've been busy.
Last finishing, I found an envelope pressed inside. It says, "To whom it may concern." I don't know if it's a will or a message to his family. Didn't want to open it without the rest of the squad, though.
Maybe we do that before bunking down.
Yeah, it might be a tomorrow thing.
On that note,
Might be tucked away too much in the boat to be able to read it tonight.
I'm gonna grab Talia, see how she's doing, because I know her and Yuki are close, and yeah. Just go and
Keep me
check on
updated
her.
on that, alright?
Yep. Alright.
I don't need specific if it's personal, but I do want to help them if we can.
Again, you know, sounds like they're tearing themselves apart, and given we weren't far from there too long ago.
Yeah.
Alright.
I get you. I'm just gotta figure out how we can, if we can.
So, apparently Professor Bombadil, being the counselor of Team Ventus, is going to, of his own volition, he said he was going to try to have a chat with the professors before they reached a decision. So I suppose that he might be doing his best to try and help as well.
Again, I say we just kick him. Not Bombadil. Or Terrace.
That's the...
Alright. I'm gonna go check
go
in with Talia.
Finish reading.
I'll leave you two to
Of course.
follow up.
Wanted to keep this in the team dispatch for now.
Most orcs only live up to about 40 years. So when I was born, my grandparents were probably, you know, already dead. I had like 2 years.
Yeah, no, he's like...
Yeah, I was
he's like...
you.
Yeah, he's like 50 in orc years. So.
Fuck, I think I have a birthday.
I'm so sorry.
Almost 21.
You're old.
Yeah, now I'm decrepit. It's horrible.
You're in your prime.
On the creek soon and all that stuff.
Every day I wake up in the morning, my bones just crack.
Oh god, it's so bad.
Oh, welcome back.
Huh?
Oh.
But
hey.
Yeah. How about you? What do you do in your free time then?
How you doing?
For me in my free time, I used to, back in the day, be very involved when it comes to the Drozen fight pits. Been kind of my thing myself when it comes to that.
Been worse.
Fight pits. I do enjoy reading from time to time. And
When
I used to play the
Rowan
violin.
and Vesp come back, you want to take a walk real quick?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was sort of a thing I got from my mother, so never really had another chance in that in a long while. But you know, who knows? Maybe we'll find some.
Yeah, we probably maybe we can get one from Laurendale next time we go inside.
Eventually.
Laurendale? Laurendale? I forgot the name already.
Oh, wait, that reminds me.
Sounds like weird.
How long ago?
Oh.
How long ago did you go out of Droza?
They're sleeping.
That's we mean.
I almost stepped on Win
It's
Win.
been, I think it's been about a good month journey,
Real quick.
maybe half.
Fresh
Long
air.
time. It's been,
Slan went
time's
to
been
bed.
kind of like a blur for
So
me,
she's in
honestly.
Right. Do you happen to know
Traveling for a
about a
bit.
certain black hair, red eye lady?
Have you seen the whole area?
Wasn't nice. So we can walk wherever we're going.
I was gonna say, you were trying to set up in that cave, which I don't know what happened there, but apologies. But there's a much bigger cave.
Sure.
We don't have to go there. In fact, I don't really want to go to a cave in the middle of the night. But,
Wanna go climb a waterfall?
does sound fun, but not in the dark.
Quitter. Well, we can go wherever.
It's not the most scenic place, but good vantage point to see if anyone's coming. I just want to see how you were doing. A monkey told me there may be some trouble brewing.
Not really anything but what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Things are divided. And, it's just a matter of time. That's the issue with everything. With me, damn it.
Aye, alright.
Sorry. Things are going to shit, and I'm done being the one trying to fix a particular problem. I'm done being the one trying to fix things between me and Yuki. And, mostly that means I'm out a best friend. I think. Because I don't think she's gonna do it, so.
Yeah, it's kind of what the rumblings have been. Have you talked with the rest of your team? I imagine you have.
If you're hearing about it from a monkey, you'll have been hearing about that conversation.
He only told me, to be fair, and I think that's because he knows I like y'all.
I don't know. People have a lot of issues with Yuki. Today, she told off Octaris for killing one of the Ferali. Kiki's pissed about it because she thinks the rest of us are gonna get shit for it. Which, honestly, so be it. I don't give a shit. You shouldn't have killed the Ferali.
Bombadil's stepping in.
But
to deal with that situation. Thought I'd let you know.
Bombadil is not going to have a lot of success. The trouble is she's not wrong for what she thinks. Bit before you came, Octavian killed a kid.
I heard.
And now Octaris killed a Ferali. And apparently Malik was threatening them. Malik let Zuko melt a guy with occult energy. Still not convinced that Octavian isn't just a necromancer. Skyat was a bitch. Bombadil's fine. He's well liked, but he's not a leader. And I'm very, very tired in my life of people that are strong enough to do things thinking that that makes those things okay.
On that note, I mentioned it to the boys, but I'm personally of the mind that the professors need us more than we need them right now.
I'm inclined to agree. I think there's a chance things get violent, and I suspect that what is going to happen here is one of the professors is going to get violent with a student, and they're going to find out that that's going to be a very unpopular decision.
I'll talk to Malik about your situation. Rumor is he bans group punishments. And he seems to like me well enough. But, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Does your team, know how you feel about Yuki and the situation y'all are in right now? Not like, the whole thing you told me about. Not, I wouldn't assume you'd want to tell them that, but,
Mostly. Tao doesn't know much. He's not been around very much. He's been under the weather quite a bit and gets busy with Captain's shit the rest of the time, so. Let the rest of us talk today. I think Elenia gets the gist of it, though she was busy looking for people. And I blew off Yuki in front of 3 of them, so.
Yeah, Vesp found her.
The dumbest thing. Still just want to go talk to her. But
So, me and Vesper have 2 minds on this situation. I think she needs to hear it from someone outside, and I talked to Rowan. I think he's level-headed and polite enough to maybe approach her and make her realize she's hurting your team. Vesper thinks it can only be solved from the inside, and that you guys have to find your path forward, and that external forces are just going to make it worse. But it really sounds like she doesn't respect y'all. Care, maybe, but I don't think she respects you.
she doesn't realize. She doesn't see what's happening. She thinks she's fine. Well, I don't think she thinks it anymore. But I've been trying to get through to her for weeks. She's not okay. Things aren't okay. I used to be able to. But the problem is, it's not going to be able to come from the outside. Hell, most of our team can't even talk to her productively. They don't get it. They don't get how to talk to her. It's amazing how incapable people are. People who are normally perfectly social people. But when it comes to actually having a delicate and difficult conversation, it's like they're fucking children. So many people here, it's like they've never had, close friends or people they were with, or hell, family members they bickered with. I think it's supposed to be a sibling thing. I was an only child.
Well, so, on all of that note, I think, who was it? I think Elenia was trying to maybe gather folks up for a Ventus talk, but I can tell you for a fact Kiki ain't gonna get herself involved in that.
We had one. Elenia got us.
Oh, okay.
She brought in Yuki. Yuki just started going at it, and I told her to fuck off, basically.
Oh.
Because she's just not helping. And I wanted to talk to Kiki because Kiki had a problem with me too. And I wanted to hear that because Kiki was at least willing, once Elenia had dragged her ass in front of me, but like, Kiki was at least willing to talk. We had a talk, and we came out of it better. But Yuki just fucking jumped down her throat. And she needs to put it aside. I tried to get it through to her that she needs to set aside the emotions for a moment. Just a moment. Start having a fucking conversation. I tried to talk to Yuki earlier, and she said we can talk later. And I'm just fucking done with that. Maybe you're right. Maybe she doesn't respect me.
From everything I've heard today, she did exactly what Kiki said she'd do when I talked to her. I don't really know Emma that well, but she does not hold her in very high regard either.
Emma... I don't consider her a very good sample.
I'm just noticing a trend.
Emma was the problem. All of this that's happened about Yuki, where she wasn't receptive to anything and she wasn't dealing with shit and she was freaking out at everyone and lashing out and doing irresponsible shit, that was Emma. That was what Emma was doing as a member of our team. And she wouldn't talk to anyone about it, but then it became our problem when everyone else in the entire fucking school showed up to me and Yuki, especially, and we're like, hey, have you tried this? What if you did that? Emma's freaking the fuck out. You need to stop that. That's a bad thing. Like, it doesn't... We tried everything. We tried giving her space. We tried not giving her space. We tried being harsh. We tried being supportive. We tried anything. We don't need her to be part of our family. That was never the point. If she didn't want that, that was fine. But we did need to have her be someone that we could rely on. That was the bare minimum, is just... We need to be able to work with you and talk to you. When we go on a mission, if one of us says something, we need to know that you'll, like, actually have listened to it, and she just wouldn't. And there... She holds it against Yuki, and she holds it against me. And I don't begrudge her that. If she's happy on Terra, then I am happy for her. I have always cared about her.
From the sounds of it, especially after talking to Kiki, it sounds like maybe she's a bit of the selfish type.
Emma? Yes. And she does have a caring side. That's what's so frustrating. It's one of the things I like about her.
Okay.
I miss her sometimes, but that's not the point.
Y'all aren't doing okay. You aren't doing okay.
No.
As someone who was there just 3 weeks ago, is there anything I can do to help?
If there is, I don't really know what it is.
You, in particular. I like your team, but you're the one what's been nicest to me, I've found.
You're a good person.
Sometimes.
Your heart's in the right place.
Sometimes.
We all have our moments, but... You put a lot of weight on things that you don't talk about, I think. You're hard on yourself for it.
I take the blame that I deserve.
Maybe, maybe not. I think what's going down with Yuki is my fault. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. What happened in Kenville?
You know what happened in Kenville. You all know what happened in Kenville.
Yeah. But I don't know why you knew about it.
You're a smart girl. You figured out I was there. You can figure out why I ain't too keen on talking about it. Or do you want me to say I watched y'all turn tail and leave us all to die?
You're not wrong. We saved what people we could, but...
You dropped a rock behind
We
you
ran
so no
away.
one could follow you.
Yeah. Though there was nothing left at the shore when we were gone.
How'd this become about me? Why are you making this about me?
Because I think you're focused on me. And I think someone needs to be focused on you. And I suspect that of all of the people here, I might be the one that's first called you on it. And
You
everyone
are.
deserves someone. We don't have to talk about it. We can make it about me. You think we should have gone back for Mordred?
I was planning on running out when they started putting the barrier up.
Barrier?
The vines. The wall.
I was
Mm,
inside the
see?
ship, I don't... No.
The spirit lady, what we collected from that glen. She made a...
Here.
Here. She made a wall. About 2 stories tall. Vines that went around the entirety of the docks. Kept the rift beasts away. There was no way to go back down. And when I realized it was over, I basically just fell to my knees and started crying when I realized I could just stop for a minute.
That was Kenville. We just happened to get a little bit luckier in Kenville.
Lucky. I don't want to talk about Kenvale. I don't want to talk about the school. I don't want to talk about the last time I was near these forests. I don't want to talk about the time I was on the northern coast. I don't want to talk about any of it.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I haven't eaten.
Me either.
You want to find something?
Could try.
Some boxes back on the boat. Probably find some hardtack.
I don't mind the walk, if we don't.
Yeah, I know I should be getting to know the rest of the team, but...
There's time enough for that shit.
Yep. Also, we should be careful. This is a shooting range we're walking through.
Eh.
How does that work?
It slows it down. Watch out for the gym.
I didn't.
Y'all built your
know
camp.
that. Thank you.
Doing a demonstration, be careful.
I'm gonna go be a gentleman.
Alright,
Fair enough.
this is the one that I mentioned.
Where are we going?
So,
What? Oh, well, we're going in search of food.
Oh, cool. Are you hunting? Or are you foraging?
We're gonna go kick a box open and see what's inside.
Oh, I see. Okay. Am I interrupting?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, I saw something was going on. That's all I need to know.
So why ain't we allowed near the city? Anyone know that?
Probably because we're an army full of occultists.
Yeah, that's the
Valid.
understanding of it. So we have to make good relations with them first and tell them whatever the fuck the professors need us to tell them before we can walk in there. But I assume that the main goal here is to try and make relations better. I think they're our last investor.
I think at a certain point, money isn't what's going to pull us forward anymore.
Ain't gonna have much use for much longer, mark my words.
I am marking them. I feel the same way. I don't know how many people it would take to leave Rosewood to convince me, but... I was moping about that earlier.
I was thinking about it myself. Thought about it back at the island.
Yeah.
I was gonna run to Linvale, find a boat, fuck off. And then I realized that Rosewood is probably a collection of some of the strongest people I have ever met. And leaving it would be suicide.
Yeah, I have nowhere else to go.
Oh, right, we got a kitchen downstairs, don't we?
Might be something.
Wow. I never even thought of the kitchen. Should I have this? It's
Here, hold up.
probably not entirely necessary.
I'm good.
Just step on my shoulders. just do it.
Are you doing okay? You have an injury? I don't know.
Just my arm.
Up off.
Right. Yeah.
It's been a bad day.
Got you.
Usually I might have 4 spasms, 6. Today I've had maybe, I don't know, feels like a dozen.
Alright, looks cold, but looks edible.
All the best food is cold.
I don't know about that. I'm a sucker for hot meat.
You've never had ice cream then?
What?
We should do
Ice
that.
cream.
Yeah.
You make it from milk and stuff? I've forgotten. Salt
It's like
and
milk and
I
ice
don't know.
and salt, yeah. And then I don't really know it either, otherwise I'd make it all the time.
Tao knows how. So,
Oh yeah,
he had this contraption for it, and I don't know if we still have that. Anyone?
Mm.
I know that we're barely moving at all, but like this boat.
Mm-hmm.
I told you. Being below deck makes it worse.
Do you get seasick?
I've eaten maybe 2 full meals in the last week.
That's pretty bad.
I think I lost about 1/3 of what I weighed when I was on the boat from Droza.
Whoa. I'm gonna get you food.
We gotta get us all food. I'm gonna start setting up some fishing traps, crab pots.
So, what's the name? They told me that tomorrow we ought to be meeting.
Professor?
Professor?
What are 3 students doing in Captain Pumpkin Patch's ship in the middle of the night?
Eating, because none of us have eaten today.
Really?
I don't think so. We had campfire dinners, but I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, yeah, you know what? You guys have room for one more? I don't think Captain Pumpkin Patch would mind if we take a little bit of fish from his plate. He said he didn't like fish anyway.
How does a sailor not like fish? What?
Too many?
Weird.
I know, I kind of like it, and I don't like that.
What? Why wouldn't you like that? You like it now.
Rosewood has changed me.
Okay.
There was a food shortage at one point, wasn't there?
I was just speaking, yeah.
Y'all were eating nothing but fish for like a long fucking time.
And we were eating fish the whole time we were here, too. And we're still
You know,
kind of
technically
eating
it
fish
wasn't
right
a food shortage. It was more of that we overfished the fish in the shores for a class I had.
Oh,
It's a
that's
long
true.
story.
I killed a giant crab.
So it's
with
your
lemon.
fault that we don't have any food.
No, that's not what I said. Alright, I'll tell the story. We did have a food shortage, so one of the back like how long was it that it was like a couple of years ago, wasn't it? We back when all these kids were but young little whelps, and I was still there teaching as a proper professor down at Rosewood. We set up some classes where we taught them how to use water breathing potions. That was a long time ago. And
we've been gone for 2 weeks. Why are you acting like you haven't been at the academy in years?
Look, I'm a very sentimental person, okay? When you reach my age,
that academy felt very different in like structure and layout as well. It felt like years
exactly.
ago. Oh man.
Well, if we stopped building walls in the way of everything, we'd be fine.
Yeah, chance I want to do that again.
Fuck's sake. No.
Worked out real good for us last time.
I don't think we really need them, but
Where is defensible? We've all set up.
You know, that was one of my big complaints as well.
That too. I thought about that as well.
I have no idea. But you guys set up your camps so far from each other that if one part gets into trouble, the other camp people are gonna have trouble going from one place to another.
That's not necessarily true. From Lumen Camp, you could see Ventus, Umbra, and Ignis Camp. And you can see the main town.
Exactly, but getting from one base to another, it takes a bit of a walk unless you can jump all great distances, which not everyone can do, of course.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Regardless, I'm not here
We
to
can't
bicker
all
with
be
you
you,
guys.
then.
Yes. Regardless, I was just checking up to see if you guys were going to do any mischievous business, but it just seems that you guys are just hungry, so I'm going to retire for the night. Make sure you clean up before Pumpkin Patch gets suspicious that you guys are eating their stock.
Of course.
Thank you,
Alright,
sir.
Professor. Pretty sure this is our stock, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we didn't actually unload all that much of the shit on the boat. Fuck me.
I was part of the food team. We emptied the kitchen. Stay right there. Don't move. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Couple of months. I was on the boat for 5 months. It was about 4 weeks prior to that I was given the chance. Which means that people who signed on the day that I joined the academy won't be here for another couple of months.
Tap, tap.
We'll have fewer now.
Rock wrapped up in a wet rag got dipped in the ocean. I'm just gonna be cold. At least numb it.
Thank you.
Yeah. I ain't like all you fancy divine healers, but I know enough how to deal with little problems you pick up here and there.
Well, I'm not exactly one of those fancy divine healers right now either.
Right now. We'll figure it out.
Hopefully.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I don't remember what we were saying.
Something about people being here, not being here. Had the talk with Murtash a little bit, actually. I think the smartest move for Rosewood would be to meet up with the other factions. Like the Setting Sun was doing with us when we had the island. Get to know what they know, in case they know something we don't. If they don't, then we're all on the same page. Maybe we can get a more established base out there, or something. Something more appropriate.
We don't have anything to offer.
It's true.
Prospects. We got prospects, which is something.
Maybe.
I mean,
if we succeed at any of the larger goals that we have, you know, helping with the devouring, whatever the hell it is that Aether Tech Division's been working on for forever now. I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing, but
it's mostly been Monty, but something to do with the barrier. Try and read signatures of Rift Beasts and affect them, I think. Don't remember how.
Didn't
I
the
understood
island
the words that you used there.
have a barrier? And it did fuck all?
No, that was
It
a
wasn't
detection
keep things out, it was
barrier
just to see
for.
when...
Yeah, it would read a mana signature. Read a mana signature, and then it would sound an alarm if it wasn't recognized as sanctioned. This new one's supposed to fully stop, and I don't think Rift Beasts even have souls, so. But as far as I know, it's like a normal barrier spell. It's just supposed to be generated without having to use, you know. And the thing that was unique about that device is it sucked in the ambient mana around it. So if we can get it to do that as well, then we don't have to power it with anything too extreme necessarily, like other people's mana or the like.
I mean, if you're taking from the ambient mana, you're still taking it from other people, just less directly.
Yeah.
Let's say it's built of divine mana. It means that the healers in the area have less to work with.
Oh, it wouldn't be divine mana, I don't think. I don't actually know how that affects it itself, but if you cast divine mana directly into Aether, it explodes.
But you see my purpose. Or you see
Yeah,
my meaning.
I do.
rather.
I do.
I don't know anything about Aethertech. I don't really think that it's wise for me to get invested in.
I think there's other ways you could do it, but most of them are crazy or illegal, so I don't really know where he's going with it right now. I have to talk to him still.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't
Go
say
to
I
sleep.
really understand it either.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll give us a rough description. Take the torch. It's technically Terra's, but for now, it is yours tonight, so my gift to you. I'm gonna go to sleep, because I can't wait for tomorrow to happen, so we can do something else.
Not
night,
Jackson.
Night, ladies. Thank you.
That is always something I'll find strange.
Aethertech or Jackson?
No, being addressed as ladies. The noble thing, isn't it?
Yeah, they like to call themselves ladies and lords. Or barons or baroness. They got a lot of words. I don't understand many of them.
Yeah,
I got
don't.
a few, you know.
Yeah, we had Marquise Skyat. She was here. I think Alea was a noble. She owned a castle, and it was named after her. And so I think that's how that works. I don't really know.
I heard some people say she was a, whatchamacallit, prime?
I heard that too, but I can't imagine that's the whole story. Think about this. You're a pretty good spellcaster as things go. If you wanted to cast a first circle spell, you know, maybe you could, like, try with some serious effort to get it done without an incantation. He either made a rabbit or brought it forth from somewhere else without an incantation, from what I was told. Or at least they didn't mention her doing an incantation. You can't make a rabbit even with fourth circle magic. So either primes are bullshit. Which, maybe. Or there's something else going on and she was making a spectacle. I don't know why, but...
Hope?
Perhaps it was simply fan. How do you mean?
We're all talking about it. We've all been talking about it. Nothing short of a miracle in it. And those who don't think it is, they're trying to figure out how she did it, driving them to go above and beyond what they are now, to understand magic in a way that they can't right now.
That makes sense. Certainly a good thought.
Yo. Yeah, hi. Good night.
I think maybe I'm gonna go walk for a while.
You should, maybe get a pitcher of water and keep it by your bedside. Just, re-soak that whenever you need.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah. I think I might head back to camp. Maybe. I should probably socialize a little more with the newbies. But, what I said 2 weeks ago, it was about one thing in particular, but, you know, I stand by it. I think you're a good person. I think you're a good leader. I think you're just good. And I think anyone that were to have you as a friend, teammate, or partner would be downright lucky. So no matter what happens going forward, you know, try and keep that in mind.
Thank you, Ren.
Yeah, Talia.
It was nice talking to you.
It's nice
Have a good
talking to you
night.
too.
Nobody can see you, and they won't be able to hurt you if they don't know where you are.
15
Hello?
minutes is a bit tight.
Oh.
But it's late.
Greetings, Ren.
15 minutes is
Rin,
enough
actually-
to get out of where you
Oh,
are
it's
immediately.
about 15
This is-
minutes. I think
this
the
is-
longest time I've gone is like 17 and a half.
If you're smart enough, you can get yourself
Hold
out
on,
of
were
a
those?
lot of situations
Hold
in
on.
just 15 minutes.
Hold on. Hold on. Were those hiccups? Were those sneezes? What were those?
Those are hiccups.
Those are fucking adorable. What the fuck?
No.
Oh, there you go. Outed yourself, Sonny.
So I'm putting two and two
To be
together.
honest, I'll give you their...
Showing off
I'll give you that.
powers?
They were pretty adorable when I first saw them as well.
Yes, we were, and it's your turn.
If you want to, of course. Again, I'm just
you
checking in
want.
with Lumen team.
Oh, by the way, anybody
I myself.
have to explain to anybody what this is a healer?
I assumed so that the armbands were supposed to be marked for people who might be educated in healing,
Is
but
that
I
what they
appreciate
mean?
it, of course.
Yes.
Okay. It's good to know.
Let me get
It's
Sunny.
definitely good to know. Of course.
Sunny.
Yeah, I
I'll
myself
know who to look for
sadly
next
tapped
time
from
Barrett
the
trips
fight
over.
yesterday. Yeah, next time that happens, I'll be sure to pick you up and carry you over to the next person, unless we're in combat, of course.
Barrett's got your back. Don't worry.
All right, Drin.
Right, so...
Show your mighty magic.
This is
Well, then impress me.
of our group.
Yes,
How?
she's the most powerful.
too?
Oh.
Alright, impressive. So far.
Oh.
And, oh, okay. They return as well.
That's
Fantastic.
awesome. What the? Kind of messing my eyes though.
Ooh.
Whoa! I'm clapping.
Impressive, I do have to say. So,
Here, I can hold them
how specifically does that work in itself? Does it
You know, you
sort of
gotta go
propel itself back, or...?
So, it's not really the axes, kind of. It's actually the wind.
Right. So in
Oh!
itself, the wind magic in itself does just rotate it back towards you when it comes to its flight path.
Controls it.
Turn the sender.
Interesting.
That's really
So what do you usually do if somebody, I mean, you know, in a combat scenario, I want to ask, what do you do if somebody would catch you?
Careful, someone's coming.
It's Talia. She's just getting some
Right.
fresh air.
By
Whisper.
all means, it's been a long journey from what I've gathered. So, really, besides that, anything else you wish to show off? By all means, you already have me impressed. If you want to impress me further.
Actually, my skill set's pretty basic, especially compared to, say, Rowan or Vesper. I've discovered I'm very effective at running down rift beasts, and besides that, you know, I'm just sort of
She's extremely
Agile.
fast and extremely agile.
Wow.
Interesting, I do have to say.
Be careful. Oh my goodness.
That was cool.
That's definitely a display, I'll give you that.
that's really all I got. Oh, I dabble in alchemy. I'm planning on doing a fair bit more of it in the coming days.
Oh, no, absolutely. I'm very much interested, especially in the, what do you say, alcohol part that we were talking about? You know, about your meads.
Mead.
I have mead strong enough and
How
brewed up
strong?
in such a way I use it in fights. Dulls the pain, makes it easier to move.
Oh.
Interesting. But the real question is, though, I mean, you know, I feel like I should ask this. Is it Drozen strong enough?
Like I said, strong enough to make you... strong enough to let you roll a punch from, how tall was that brute?
Oh, very tall, like that size at least.
Yeah, strong enough to take a hit from one of them.
Oh.
Maybe a bit less, but yeah, about that.
You know what? I feel like if I'm going to be staying here for a while, how about a drink or two, then?
More like
I feel I
rolled
should
with
get
the
used to
punch. Sort of tumbled.
Already planning on getting
Yeah, I
drunk.
feel that.
But
drunk. Listen, you don't need to get drunk only after a couple sips.
I got a question that maybe no one here has asked any of you new folk.
Wobble.
Any of you actually fight a rift beast for?
I don't
I
like
have.
getting in fights.
Yeah.
That's how I got my scar.
You know how to kill him?
Very much do. I had to fight against, specifically... I think the numbers were 5 in-class. I think they were in-class movers, I think you called them. Specifically, me and my father were out on a patrol mission and an escort. We're about 1,000 strong. We lost about 300 during the entire mission.
Yeah, that was a detail folks failed to mention when I came. You gotta use magic to put them down.
Yeah.
I noticed that myself after I realized that was only a couple of weeks after I discovered my own affinity to magic. I'm pretty sure that if, I don't want to make myself sound like a fucking hero or anything, but I feel like if I was definitely not have been there, there might have been more losses, so I'm happy about that. Ever
And
since
you
then, my father
said-
kind of saw it as a... Go on.
Well, I was just going to say that apparently enough brute force would do the trick as well, but magic is the thing to use.
Absolutely, I did realize that,
And that's
after
the
I
next
realized
question.
that, and my father gave... Go on, please.
I know you have, by the sounds of it, Sonny. What about you two? You seen a rift?
On my village. That's kind of why I had to leave.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to have not yet witnessed one, but I'm sure if we're working together, and especially what we're fighting against, I feel like we're gonna encounter one at some point, so I'm prepared for it.
Yeah, but I've experienced a rift before.
I don't like talking about it.
That's fair.
It's okay.
You don't have to, Pippin. I understand.
You don't got it, Pip.
So, when I came here,
Still.
or I should say when I went to the island, I was hoping for a clean start and an easy ride. If anyone has similar ideas, I suggest walking.
No, I know what I'm getting myself into. So.
We both do.
That's what I came here to do.
Being in Drosa, I suppose that you've done more than fight rift beasts, right? Especially given the place you mentioned.
I have,
You said something about pits?
Yeah, those are the fight pits that I've dealt with, yes. But I've also had encounters with some of the more banditry folk within the northern regions of Rosa, so I understand that. They are brutal, but in the end of the day, they're doing something to survive. The problem is that they are messing with us, so in the end of the day, we're just defending ourselves.
What about you, Sonny? I imagine that after you left, the road might not have been as safe when you got to the... You mentioned a refugee camp at some point, but...
Yeah, we kind of had to leave our village. We didn't really have much of a choice, and we took shelter outside of one of the closer cities. But, you know, that's how I found out about Rosewood, so...
I mentioned this because...
Oh, of course.
Good night.
Lenny, take care of yourself. Of course.
Nice meeting
Pleasure's
you.
all mine.
I mentioned this because,
No, Lenny.
unfortunately...
Good night.
What was her name again?
Be well.
Elenia.
Lenny. Don't worry about it, Pippin. You'll get used to them.
I need to talk with her more. Damn.
It would seem that rifts are not the only thing that we have had to fight.
Fucking
In the
pirates.
past-
Oh, human? Oh, you're talking about human hand-to-hand combat. Okay, no, no problem. My dad used to be in the military. Retired and also kind of dead now. He.
Well,
I know what I'm doing. It's alright.
Rin mentioned pirates. My money would be corsairs or mercenaries. They had rather potent magic, I reckon at least second circle. They...
Interesting.
I suspect, if my theory is correct, I suspect that if they were hired, that the person who hired them has not thrown in the towel. So in the future, it is possible that we may have to face similar ilk.
I pick up what you're putting down. Yeah, I understand.
I'm not.
They're a group of occultists as well. Like mages.
Oh, cultist, lovely, wonderful, fantastic. Yeah, I'm not afraid to punch people. That's fine.
That's what we
Especially if
signed
they
up
also have a
for.
little bit more of a.
Protecting
Especially if they
the
also have a
world
little bit more of
and ourselves,
a
unfortunately.
cultist affinity, personally, but I understand.
Right. Other than that, I suppose, hopefully we won't have to fight any more than maybe the occasional bandit. But if that's the case, with any luck, they'll see reason and not attempt to fight a bunch of mages.
No, I understand.
Okay. Alright, I see what you're saying.
By all means, I see it from this side. As long as you got our back, then we have your back. In the end of the day, I put trust in all of you. You can put trust in me.
Yeah.
Simple as it is.
Yeah, you good?
I don't want to fight people.
I know it's not something you want to do, but Pippin, that's kind of what we have to do. That's just, unfortunately, the reality of it. That's what the world's come to. I know that's not something you want to hear, darling, but that's just how it is. It'll be okay.
Okay.
It'll be alright. We'll show you how to be strong, you know? You'll be able to protect yourself. You'll be okay.
You know, actually, Pip. It's Pip, right? On that note,
Pippin!
those corsairs we fought that Vess mentioned, they actually had a spell. They didn't need to even fight us. They could just stop us in our tracks. Maybe you could learn something like that and use that to...
Oh, yeah, more defensive spells.
Oh.
You got a good point, Ren.
Well, it wasn't really
Well, I see it from this side, and if you seem to be a little bit more educated in the matter, explain a little bit.
Oh, it stopped you from moving, and it made it feel like you couldn't breathe, and you could get run through with a sword and still not move.
So they weren't affected by that sort of magic, while they were just basically sitting ducks?
Yeah.
There are actually a lot of plants that do something similar
Wonderful.
if you inhale them.
Well, there you go.
Yes, paralyzing things like that. That's another one of the poisons that I do have. By the way, I had neglected to
Of course, by all means. Feel free to go for it. Anything that'll help me understand all of you a little bit better when it comes to your combat strategies, help me improve myself as well.
But let's switch the topic. Do any of you worship any of the Celestines?
I'm not particularly big on religion, because I never really had the time to worry about it. It was more so taking care of my siblings, so I never
That's
stopped to
fair.
think about it.
Well, we can talk to you about it if you want one day.
I'm all ears.
She's not a Celestine, but I like to worship the matron of butterflies. She's a greater spirit.
You said that she was kind of like your mom, though, right? In a weird way.
Yeah. She raised me.
Oh. So you must really care about her, huh?
Yeah, she's really strong. She's about as tall as one of those trees.
Oh. That's
The
pretty
far
big,
one
actually.
with
Whoa.
the leaves, not the close one.
Oh, my goodness.
That's impressively tall, I give you that.
Well, that does sound like a greater spirit.
She created an entire grove out of thorns to keep away the bad things.
Wow, that sounds really pretty, though.
It does sound very pretty.
Okay, boom.
There were a lot of flowers. That's where I learned all about flowers.
I see. Well, I'd like to learn more if you ever want to talk about it.
I just want to find her again.
Oh,
We'll try, bud.
Well, I'm sure if we're gonna be effective at what we're doing, pretty sure we'll get there in due time.
Oh, did Saline show off what she could do? I'm assuming she went to bed.
Oh,
She went to bed early before we had a proper meeting. She went to bed early, so no.
Oh, I
she's not
could
yet.
summarize it.
We're doing
Lots,
shifts.
lots and lots and lots of area control sort of stuff.
Good to see that. Absolutely. I'm starting to realize that with the. I'm starting to realize that with your wall, your poisons, your quickness, you seem to be capable of denying a lot of area when it comes to being effective on a battlefield.
When we were back at Rosewood, we held the docks basically by ourselves, save for Professor Octavian and Takia. Stuff what took two, maybe more teams to handle. We did lose someone, though. Worth noting.
I did. Me and Rowan had a small conversation about your old compatriot Val. By all means, I apologize for and my condolences for your loss. By all means. By the sound of it, he, being the captain and all, he did seems to have still a spot in your hearts, and I do hope you find your way to overcome that loss. I myself lost a couple people as well, but I know at least that if we ever need to have a conversation, you know, soldier to soldier, I'm able to listen. I do not mind.
It's really nice of you.
But you did not
We
answer.
have to take care of each other.
Do you worship?
I myself, well, I've always looked at Celestians in that sense, but I've never really had any sort of connection to them. I sort of see it from the side of one of them might ever feel like they have the idea to call out, maybe I'll listen in that sense, but so far I keep a respectful distance. If you're worried about that I might be judging you for whatever you might worship in that sense, I value someone's merit on the battlefield a lot more than their beliefs, so.
Of course.
Well,
I myself worship Qualm, the Celestine Qualm, and the goddess of creation, Drudona.
Understandable. Very well. I myself am not fully educated on their sense, but by all means, if you ever have the time to talk, I'm gladly down to listen.
I know Drudana. The matron talked about her. She's like her great-great-grandma or something.
Really?
Something like that. They seemed really close.
Ro?
Right. As I mentioned before, I'm a follower and have some sanctions as a priest of the Nightmare, Goddess of Redemption.
What about that? I need to... Again, with a lot of these deatic beings, I need to educate myself, so... If you wish to partake any of your knowledge onto someone uneducated like myself, feel free to do so. I'm gladly here to listen.
It's dangerous. You're in my neighborhood. I can take you to my temple. Just an hour walk.
Don't tempt him.
Are we not allowed in the town right now?
Yeah.
No, but also, we wouldn't go without permission, of course.
Yes. And actually, you did mention that I believe in the boat that technically you were a priest, right? And so you could do some rites, correct?
I can do rites. I can technically host a sermon if we go back.
Well,
Of course,
if
you
any
have-
of
if
you
you wish
if
to
any of you
convert.
wish- yeah, or wish to get married, you know, you have here someone who can help.
You know, campus is gone. No more campus rules.
Is that so? What kind of rules were there on campus?
You know, we weren't allowed to have
Two
relations.
people, they like each other, they form a bond.
Is that,
And they
is
call
that
it
so?
marriage in A6.
Very-
They
very
call
well.
it an oath
I,
in Favira.
Sounds a
I
little
know
bit
what
silly
an
to
oath
me, but
is.
fair enough. At the end of the day, everybody needs their way to focus.
Yeah.
I just didn't know there were more names for it. There's so many words for things.
But, rounding it out here, I worship Valkyrie loosely, which, given she's the Celestine of air and sort of free spirit, I think loosely worshiping her kind of fits.
Poetic.
You're following her tenets. Very well, Rin.
In a way.
I know that one too, but the matron didn't say good things about her on windy days.
On windy days. That's fair. I mean,
They
like,
say-
she's a giant butterfly.
Like one day it was really windy,
Strong one kinda
and
sucks.
she sat for like 3 minutes just cursing.
Well, they
That's the
say
angriest I've ever seen her.
all wind that comes through is coming through Ventus. So,
A couple plants were being ripped out of the ground, and there was this big funnely thing.
oh,
The way I see it, those were, I think, more than just a couple strong winds, honestly. But I understand.
And though she's not here, the last member of Lumen, Celine, also is a worshipper. I don't know how devout, but she worships Aqua.
Luna.
So, is this like a thing for you guys in Lumen? Do I have to like start believing in a deity as well if I do start hanging out with you all? I feel like, is this like a talk about being
No.
indoctrinated?
My spot's
Like,
already sold.
Again, 1 hour walk, you know?
1 hour walk.
1 hour walk and I'm already a devoted. Yeah, alright,
Does
that's
that
your
mean I have
point.
to join Lumen Team now?
No, it doesn't. Don't worry.
It's not a requirement. It's just a coincidence.
Okay.
By all means.
Yeah. A lot of the
But, I
teams,
feel like I
I,
should
don't
ask
think,
that.
worship, right? I don't think it's all too common. I think I've heard Chancellor Malik mention. What was it?
Voya.
Oh, Voya.
The Celestine of Death.
Here.
The Death Plane, at least.
It's part of everything.
It's one of the few things we all got in common.
Religion?
Yes.
Dying.
Wise
Few
words.
Oh, yeah, you know. Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, I'm gonna be very direct when I say this when it comes to Team Lumen. What specifically... I know you guys are down 2 members. What exactly do you guys need when it comes to your own team composition? I understand we don't really have a lot to work with when it comes to Sonny, Pippin, and me in that sense, but what would you need to feel like to like, find a good addition?
I'd argue I wouldn't sell the 3 of you short. I feel like we got ourselves here. Classic
I
martial
understand.
strength, speed, and precision, and a right proper magey type. I feel like we got the whole spectrum of what you'd expect from adventurers right here.
Yeah, sounds right.
I mean, that's fair in that sense. I understand that there's still a lot to look for.
Mages? They're people who use magic. And like study magic too.
You are indeed.
I was
There's
always
other
told
words.
that was druid.
Druid. Yes.
Or a shaman.
There's other words for it in other places. But
And it applies
mages.
specifically to the fact that you're like more of a nature kind of guy. So yeah, you would be a druid.
So what do we need? That is a good question.
I mean, that is a question between the 3 of you, and I guess 4, if you count the one who's sleeping.
be frank,
I can grow
having
plants.
someone who can assist me on the front line would be a huge boon.
Oh,
Especially
there
when
is.
things
That's
are
pretty much
running
up of our alley.
I mean, that would be frontliners. I mean, I've already said I would be preferring on that. I've seen Sonny do her fair share bit. She is capable in that sense as well. I'm sure, Pippin, you wouldn't be so welcome on the front lines, or would you want to be on the front lines?
I mean, if I'm helping people, I can do anything. I use. The
There you
matron
go.
always said
Open-
that if you believe, you can achieve anything.
Oh,
That's a good way of thinking.
fuck. I love
Fair
him.
enough, absolutely.
So,
Frankly speaking, when I am on the front lines, there will be times when I need to pull back and heal, as I'm the only healer.
Yes,
Oh,
that is
I see.
I
indeed
need someone who
correct.
can.
We can cover you, no problem.
Well,
No
yeah,
problem at
I need
all.
someone to take the front.
So-
either more permanent than me, or to cover for me when I pull back.
I feel like it is worth noting we're all relatively. I think I've seen everyone here take their fair share of hits. I think everyone
So you'd
on
say that's pretty
Lumen.
well rounded?
Well, I'd say Lumen in
working here,
general
then I assume
is
so.
pretty. We don't have anyone who specializes in standing in the front, but I feel like we can all take our share.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Actually, I will have to rebut you on that. While I can take some hits, I feel like not as many as you or Rowan probably. Yes.
All right. Also, I feel like we're.
I'd be
they
good
need more
at that one.
frontliners.
Yes, that does seem like a. Looking at both of us in that sense, I understand that, but of course there's.
I
what
don't
else
know.
do you
I
have to
haven't been
offer in
hit
that sense?
much.
Let's hope it stays that way, honestly. I'd prefer you don't get hit.
Also,
I don't like getting hit. It hurts.
I feel like we
That's
are
true.
It
an
does.
overwhelming amount of offense, just in general, on our team is just a lot of kill it before it kills us sort of skills.
No, I get it.
And then
It's,
easier that way?
it's effective, but
It
that
don't
also means you're running
work
specific
great
amounts of energy.
in a prolonged fight. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes you run out of energy, and once that happens,
What's that? Okay.
We're scattered. Didn't help that in that same fight, both me and Val's shield broke. So.
Oh.
right.
A lot of big ones.
A lot of big ones.
It was
All right.
quite a bit of a scramble to get out. But
At the very least,
should-
we need someone to cover for me.
Yes, that for one. Sonny, I'm sorry, I didn't. What can you do? I know what he can do and what kind of
Oh.
what he can do.
Well, I mostly do physical fighting, like I have dual blades, but I also found out through my mom that I have, like, kind of like, I'm pretty good with like lightning magic. Well, not pretty good, that's not what I meant to say. But you know, just there's this thing. Zuko like confirmed over me what it was called. I think I have like a shroud. Ooh. And then the other one was like where and then what's it called? I can like send magic out like around me. I'll have to yeah, I'll show you.
all right.
He said it had also this thing called an
Do be careful,
affinity.
Sonny, about distance.
Should I put the wall?
I know.
I think it should be fine, right?
So here's the first one. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Huh.
So yeah, that's pretty much about as good as it
That's
gets. It
handy.
kind of protects me for a little bit. And then there's another one.
Whew.
That is...
Bright?
I know you told me it was bright, but man, I feel like my retina's just burned through. You're good. You're good.
Are you okay?
Okay, important question.
Should I?
Important question. I feel like it's worth asking because
Yes?
it was, especially if you're a brawling type. Can you cloak your weapon in magic?
You know, I never tried. How would I do that?
We did tell them about the inscriptions and things that they'll be able to learn.
Yeah. So I still need to fucking learn that, by the by. Certain people haven't given me that fucking formula. Alright, I'll re-review my notes. But
speaking of which,
what you saw,
See if...
Come to me.
I'm
this.
good. I have a vineberry or
How?
needleberry or thornberry.
This is just
Right.
basically the air magic shrouded around my axe. Throwing it, that's a
Oh.
different spell entirely. This is the best way to kill rift beasts.
Okay. So I just gotta figure out
See,
how to get my weapons to do that. But kind of like with what I do.
I
Or
think on paper it's about the same sort of way that I do when I cover my forearms within ice. It's sort of the same way how it works.
Oh. Okay, I see.
but yeah.
Oh. It's kind of pretty though.
Are you done?
I got it the same way you did, actually. My mama was Windkiss.
Really? Oh. My mom said something about my dad being able to do stuff like that, but I can't really ask him about it. So.
Well,
I
know.
I'll figure it out along the way, I think. That's what I came
Well-
here to do. Get stronger.
We're supposed to be taking fucking classes while we're here. Only class I've taken is sex ed.
No.
You know what? I mean, the way how things go in life, that's important, honestly.
Seems like we're gonna have another batch.
I feel like if we do anything wrong on that class, I feel like we're going to cause a lot more problems than the Rift Beast, I'll be honest with you.
If they know about it, at least they'd be safe. Question.
I'll tell you this, I feel less safe finding out how little some people know at this school. Holy hell.
Oh no. What do you... I might be honest and ask, what do you mean by that? Oh wait, that, like...
Some people thought if you touched a mushroom and if you were a girl, that's how you got pregnant.
Huh?
There aren't any official studies about mushrooms causing pregnancy, but it does sound possible.
We're gonna maybe do another batch of lessons.
There
Perhaps
are
let's change
there are a lot of spirits that actually resemble mushrooms, and
I want to hear it.
I feel like I've read some stories about that, but I'm not sure if those are the same
Can we
ones.
have 7 members? Can we just take 7? Aqua got to have 7 for a little bit. Can we just have
what do you mean you
7?
can take 7 mushrooms? What do you mean?
I have some mushrooms.
I will throw this at you. I will get you.
Oh my god.
You can try, and I can catch it. Wouldn't be the first time I caught a weapon. Don't test me, dear.
Medical on standby.
Got 2 arms. Ooh, can't deal with that now, can you?
Actually, I can. How? Can you catch 12?
Let's get treated. Go
You
ahead.
know what?
You know.
Maybe in the next couple of days, maybe I'll get lucky enough and say yes. But for now, I'd rather rest.
I swear.
You gotta learn a spell and how to grow 3 or 4 more arms. You know, just have that ready to go.
You know, I actually could help
That'd
you
be
on
interesting.
something like that.
Oh.
Okay,
They
I'm
do
good.
plants, not ice.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh.
That's how I got this staff from the Matrix.
So, if I might
Just
ask,
grow arms.
besides...
Men are wild.
If I might ask, besides sex ed, what else do people usually study here?
Well, the professors usually wait for you to approach with questions regarding magic and spell composition and things like that. They're more like guidance sort of teachers rather than
Right.
strictly classes.
Gotcha. It's not
But
like a strictly
if
school
you-
system, it's more education by choice.
Yes, if you do wish to learn something, however, if there's a student that can do it, they'll be able to help you too. We also managed to save a few books from the libraries that had not been burned. So there might be something relevant in case you're looking to research something.
I'll gladly take anything in the research. And like I said, I'm not too familiar or educated in deep magic, so by all means. But so specifically, you said other students in that sense. Is there anybody else here who can use ice magic? Or so far, I've not really heard or anything, seen anything.
There's one, Yuki.
Dalia has also learned a bit, but I think it's only first circle. So Yuki, I think, would be your best bet. But I'm sure that Professor Acteros would be able to
Yes.
help you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I had a conversation with Professor Caldwell. He said that he would be absolutely able to help me. But, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like... I was starting to read the room. Is something the matter with this Yuki person? Like, it's starting like the conversation was slowing down. Is there something the matter, or...
Huh? Is
You know
everything
what?
okay?
They should know, because it does affect them in a way. Y'all might not be the only one looking for a new team.
That's so.
There's been some issues on Ventus. Yuki's in a bit of a state. One of her team members is looking to possibly leave. This affects y'all.
Right.
This affects where you might go.
Ventus?
The light blue.
Light blue, yes. You remember Talia, the short-haired one that we talked to at the campfire? Okay, that's valid. Understand. Yeah, no, but light blue color is Team Ventus from what I've gathered. Ooh, if I might ask, who specifically is planning on leaving?
I'm not gonna say that, but all I'll say is that just right now.
I understand, of course. I won't step too close. I see the position they do find themselves in that sense, and I'm assuming that by the reaction from everybody, this does in fact seem to affect Yuki.
It's more that Yuki affects others to the point that they want to leave.
Right.
Oh.
So what team are they joining? Because if they're joining Aqua Team, should I not sleep in their tents tonight?
They haven't
You can
decided
still
yet.
sleep there.
They haven't decided yet, so you could stay wherever you discussed and planned. But it's worth noting that there may be a shuffle.
Okay, I probably won't stay in the tent anyways.
That's fair, I understand that.
I get you.
So, if I can't ask that, then I'd rather just ask you. If you're open to talk about it, what's your opinion about this Yuki person?
They need help.
I understand if it's a difficult topic. Help in what way, if I ask?
Not sure. Just that she needs some help.
I think I get what you mean. That's okay. She'll get it when she gets it, if she wants it.
She was very nice to me when I first arrived on the island.
Very kind.
Some things.
Yeah.
Yes. She's very caring. She has this recipe for a tea that is made, and it's going to sound very strange out of butterfly. But it's actually tastier than it sounds.
Oh.
Out of what?
No. It's okay.
Perhaps it's more of a metaphor for something else, not directly like proper butterflies.
It's actually. Did you know? Blue butterfly pea. It's a flower. Butterfly pea.
Butterfly peas? The tea that comes out is blue.
Yeah, it's not actually.
We're so bad at this. I love it.
Okay.
Right.
I still don't like tea. It's made out of flowers.
That's
But you
fair.
eat flowers. I thought you'd be okay with it being in a drink.
Well, those are fresh flowers, and you only take what you need.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes I like to
Sourceful.
drink tea because I get sick, and if my throat gets sore, I'd like to drink tea with honey, and the plants help make me feel better. So in a way, drinking tea makes people feel better.
As long as you read.
I understand that specifically Yuki's situation is affecting the entirety of Ventus, which is causing a lot of friction, causing for a
She's
potential
just
lead.
maybe the point is, but especially when it comes to
Go
you
on.
and Ice Magic, maybe she's not in a place to help you,
think
which is
anybody here
why
knows what it
we
was.
recommend Arcturus for the time being.
I'm sure I hope not.
Is
There's
that
been a lot of
unfair
bad
to say?
around recently.
No, of course not. Absolutely. I'd still want to inquire with her because I at least want to figure out potentially I can.
They're swarming the place.
Again, maybe sometime I might find a way to even help her when it comes to teaching magic, but I understand if she's not in the position, I do not wish to push.
I wonder why.
To discuss things like that with her, I would recommend waiting at least a couple days, maybe.
We made it to the place I was
Yeah.
supposed to go.
And I would
will
ask
not-
y'all
again,
keep
I
it
won't push.
a little quiet for the time being. They're hopefully
Well, that's what they did at their house.
taking the steps they need to.
Of course.
I think we're all
I see.
rooting for that, right?
I hope they do so. Oh, of course, I hope they do so. At the end of the day, if you have a problem and you don't find yourself help for it, because potentially you might become a liability for others. So I do hope she does perform those actions.
Just yeah, like I said though. For now.
No, like I said, lips are sealed. Do not worry. I do not wish to interject myself into any sort of thing like that.
Are you interested only in ice magic?
So far I'd wish to at least solidify, no pun intended, my situation when it comes to ice magic before I continue branching out.
I get it. It's because ice is solid.
Yeah, there you
But,
go, Pip.
boom.
Figured you got a joke. Nice.
What about you two? Are you interested in any other schools of magic?
I want to make sure that I'm confident in the first one that I know before I learn anything else. Because if I overwhelm myself, I don't want to stress myself out. One step at a time, you know?
That's fair.
Well, I know a little bit of claromancy, and I know a little bit of light magic, so.
Oh, yeah, right.
Been
That's
thinking
how
about
he
looking into
goes.
that.
That's when I turn invisible.
There's another student that uses light magic, actually. Her name is Isabel. She might be able to help you. She's actually a very powerful light magic mage. She has up to third circle.
Wow.
Third circle,
That
right?
is
That's
pretty
impressive.
strong.
Okay.
I'm pretty close to getting the third circle, but I still gotta figure
He
some things out.
has
Well, maybe she
50
can
you
help
can
you.
do it.
mana. What? He has 8 points in
So
mana.
for the rest of all you three. What about you? Would you be branching out as well, or, for example, are you more confident when it comes to your wind magic?
I had a spell idea that was gonna work with Val. Sorry. Not Val.
You're
He's been
good.
on my
I mean,
mind
you
a
can
lot.
still,
Vesp.
still working.
Where I wanted to I think we talked about this. Where I was gonna start studying
Maybe briefly.
how to so alcohol is a type of poison. I was trying to figure out how to effectively kind of do what the pirates did, but with venomancy.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you did mention it.
Yeah, basically get them blackout drunk.
Actually, you know, how do you wish to, I guess, project the spell? What was the idea that you had, or did you not have anything in mind in particular?
I figured around me so that I can then beat the shit out of them.
I see. Well, I do have. I don't know if you've seen it actually. I do have this spell that I can throw around me. Poison spell. Have you seen it?
I think you mentioned, but no. I don't think we talked about it on the boat.
I can show you briefly.
And we talked about then possibly accidentally poisoning the entire boat.
Miel. It means honey, but her name is Miel.
Miel.
Meal. Oh, sorry.
That's all good.
That sounds like meal, and that's kind of morbid.
Well, but it isn't meal. It's miel.
It's miel. Miel.
I'm not very good at speaking. I'm sorry.
It's okay, buddy.
A couple years ago.
In the end, all we're trying to do is educate you so you properly understand.
Puedes perdonarme. Right. It's a
Nothing
bit
wrong with asking
wonky, but this is the idea.
Once you get more solid and confident with it, I'm sure that'll fix itself, but it's good, like I said.
Yeah, I was thinking something
It'll
like
be effective
that.
if you find yourself in a...
Direction, right?
Yeah. Again, I was like the pirates did. I wanted to put it out there and then capitalize on punching people in the back of the head.
Well, we can probably reuse the spell structure that I used, at least partially. And we'd have to figure out... Well, you don't have an affinity, so you'd have to have the alcohol with you, but I don't think that's a problem. I think we could figure this out, yeah.
Well,
Whenever
my
you
other...
want, we can sit down.
So...
We'll see. My other
I
project
see it
is
from
trying to
your
make a
side.
better mana potion.
Alright. Well, I could probably help with that too, maybe. Here, well, I'm pretty sure I've shown you before.
I was just gonna check in, and I wanted to ask. I feel like, so what specifically would you need? Would you need the alcohol for them? Like, would they need to ingest it? Would they just need to be around it? Would they need to
Well-
inhale it? Like, how are you planning to do that?
Vesper is kind of the expert on this. So, I'd say...
Right. Well, you would have to learn, first of all, to keep it away from yourself, because I don't think it would be very useful if you would be affected yourself. It requires a bit of concentration, but then you would have to, as long as you direct it around them, well, this is alcohol, but it should be enough, even if they don't, well, they have to breathe, and, you know, alcohol vapors, and the magic, it shouldn't really be a problem.
So I was
think
kind
the same spell
of
structure would work, like I said.
thinking of using the air to move it.
Right.
Like an air current?
That I can do. But
Well, actually, the spell that I just showed you was second circle. But perhaps if we manage to make it a third circle, perhaps it's possible that you'd be able to, with enough concentration, move it around. At least a small area around you. Or did you mean within the circle itself?
I meant like to circulate. My original plan was to try and figure out how to make the alcohol into vapor, and then using my winds to just move it.
Right. Well,
Like in the same sense of Vesper's cloud, how that pours forward, or?
Yeah, but again, just because I don't really know venomancy.
Right. Well, again, we can probably just... What exactly did you want it to do? You mentioned that you wanted it to be like a hangover or like extremely drunk, right?
Dizzy, sickened, maybe throwing up if they can throw up.
Yeah, no, I definitely can do that. Does it have to be exclusively alcohol?
I understand alcohol better than other poisons.
That's fair. It's important to know with venomancy specifically how it works. So I suppose we can just leave it at that. Okay. Yeah. No, it should work.
All right.
Yeah. we'd have to sit down and, of course, and talk a bit about it. But what was this other idea about the mana potion?
Oh, so a couple folk are sick from drinking too many mana potions. I wanted to make a better one, because it don't feel like it fill you up all the way, does it? I want to make one that can give you more for what you drink. That's really it. It doesn't sound like much, but yeah, it don't got the flash or the flare or some other stuff, but after last time.
If it's gonna help, then it's gonna help. It doesn't have to be flashy.
Yeah, but
There's
flash is
beauty in
fun.
simplicity.
I know.
Flashy is fun, but your intentions are most important.
Listen, I think it's not. If you, again, you said us don't undersell yourself. I think you shouldn't undersell the idea. Honestly, I like it.
Oh no, I
feel like
think
it's gonna
it's.
help a lot of people if you do work with it.
I think it's arguably the most important thing I can do right now, which is why I plan on mucking about with it. It's just, you know, you've got your cool lightning, and Vesper can summon clouds, and Rowan can make a wall. All I do is throw axes.
Yeah, you're really fast and really nice and really pretty and really nice.
All I do is cover my arms in ice. When you think about it, it's not that special as well.
Don't sell
Still.
yourself short just because it's not all zappy and flashy and whatever, but you got your own thing. I didn't even know I had magic until recently, so don't you
I mean,
worry.
if you want to get used to,
It'll come
if
to
you
you.
want to become more flashy, I'm pretty sure how it's seen so far. Your team is there to help you. I think me and Sonny agree, though. I don't think it's necessary if you want to improve.
Yeah.
Unless you know you want to wow your enemies to death.
I think it's
Also,
more
I will
for
just say,
friends.
throwing an
Razzle
axe
dazzle.
and 6 more axes come out is pretty fancy. You know?
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. He's got
All
a
right, all right, fair. That's true. That is kind of
Give
cool.
yourself credit, girl.
All I can do is grow a big
Yeah, I think
berry.
Yeah, well, you can
Berry
also
look
turn
like
into
See?
a gold.
Actually, when I was over there with Talia, I saw some aurora colors coming from over here, like pinks and purples into.
Oh yeah, Zuko was showing me like a thingy. Oh,
No, it was gentle. It was soft colors. It wasn't like what Zuko does.
I think
it was.
might have been him going invisible.
Ah, there. Is that the one you saw?
No, it shifted from pink to like teal, like a borealis, like an aurora.
that does sound pretty, but I don't remember anything like that. Maybe we could ask other
Localized
people and see
entirely
what
within one
they've been
space?
doing.
I'm gonna kill you.
That does sound pretty cool.
I know where you sleep.
What do you mean?
I'll step over here.
What? What did I do?
Sonny. Probably try to throw the wall up to protect us, or...
Listen, let the Drozen sort themselves out, you know?
Alright.
The Drozen sort themselves out. I'm pretty sure we know how to sort each other out, so don't
Do
worry
you-
about that.
Do you
That's why I'm
glow?
standing over here. Do I glow?
Trickster step.
Kinda? I mean, if you're talking about the shroud thingy, then yes, I do glow.
No, I mean like right now. Are you? When you tilt your head a certain way, it looks like there's a glow coming from your hands.
Are you? Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you more referring to shiny personality, or is there actually a glow happening?
Am I? Okay. Am I losing it?
You must be tired.
Rin, are you okay? It's been a rough day for you.
What's the issue?
You've been walking for quite a bit, and I've seen you run a lot with Sunny, so I'm just checking up on you. Are you okay?
I apparently saw an aurora, and I'm currently seeing her glowing.
Is it like a faint blue outline?
It's sort of like a one might say, an underglow or a rim light.
What?
But yes,
Is
blue.
the same glow that some of these trees seem to have.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yes.
Hi. You're probably just seeing things.
It's the moonlight. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're putting down. Mm-hmm.
I noticed it with Elenia as well.
Okay. All right. It's just. It's
Sometimes the moon just hits just right, you know.
yeah. All right then. Maybe the moonlight looks different given everything that's happening to the moon.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But yeah.
I still don't
We're
explain the
talking about magic
aurora.
progression.
Excuse you.
There's no way it was like my wall in the distance, was it? What color did you say it was?
Like an aurora, it like pinks into purples into blues into green.
I think I'm the only one I've seen with pink and green and purple.
Yeah, I think it was seemed invisible again. I really.
When exactly did you see that? Did you see it like where you went like on another cliffside, or were you like over here or something?
And me and Talia went over there.
It's the blind man.
Pippin, if it's not too hard, could you show it again?
Oh.
Was it that?
No.
Oh, I see. Strange. Then I've got no idea.
I mean, it is.
Right.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Yep.
I'm gonna head off to bed, so I'm gonna be invisible for a bit.
All right, buddy.
Stay safe, Pippin. Okay. If anything should happen, come
I'm
to me.
just gonna
Okay?
be over in Aquadorm. I need to set up my anti-demon protection little room.
Okay.
Don't they have it?
Alright, I'll let Zuku know that you're doing that, okay?
I'm more worried. Isn't Rome like a whole?
Yeah.
Are we gonna accidentally
Yeah,
kill
I
Rome?
assumed it's.
He said.
I hope they. Yeah, he's gonna warn him. No, from what Pippin said, he's gonna warn him.
Do we know if they work?
I don't think they do.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, the way how I see it, I've only met them ever since I arrived here. They did this thing like twice the entire time while we were here. So far, nobody's been disintegrated, so I don't know.
He kind of reminds me of like a kid, you know?
Well, I wouldn't. Still, I wouldn't put it to the test if it's true that he was taught his magic
No,
by a
just in
greater
case.
spirit. I wouldn't. I can't even imagine.
Oh
what
no,
kind of things he might have been taught.
I understand that fully, but I also see it from this side. Zuko, as well as Ram, are still soldiers who are useful, and the last thing I'd want to do is, the soldier fall for a mistake.
Right.
All right.
It's getting a bit late.
It is.
Yes, sir.
Do we want to just let these two bunk up, or there's no point like mixing up the sleep schedules, right? Yeah.
The idea was actually that Sunny was gonna bunk up with sorry,
Celine?
I forgot her name, Celine, and I was gonna bunk up with Ron.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, I guess there it is.
Looks like we're bunking up again, Vesp.
Roommates, even if it's in a tent this time. Would have been nice if it was in an actual room. But
If it makes you feel better, I don't snore.
oh, that's good. I don't know if I do.
Says people that snore.
I'll sure
I
to
won't be the
find
judge
it.
of that.
Let me know if I do. Please don't smother me.
Do I snore?
Not from what I've heard, but usually I am out when I'm asleep. That's usually that's it. I'm done. I'm out.
Well,
it's over.
Since we're doing shifts, I'll let you guys know if you snore.
All right. Tomorrow.
That's right. When it comes to shifts, though, who's gonna be taking shifts? Second, third, whatever it may be.
I don't mind taking first.
You sure?
Oh,
Are we
looks like
doing
we're going
one?
for a twin shift here?
One person each. It's easier if we break it up into 4-hour shifts each, right? Or 3-hour shifts.
Could do it that way. I was thinking 3 hours, 1 tent per.
All right, then. If you want to go first, Vesp, we could go first.
Hope you don't mind taking watch.
Absolutely no problem. Like I said, rather do that than do nothing.
We're kind of in the, like I said, prime condition. Umbra, Ignis, and I think you can even see Aqua. The only ones who are kind of out of our view are Terra, but they're right down that way.
Terra. Yep, by the
I see
boat.
from this side. If we raise hell,
Somewhere
everybody will know
mysterious.
quickly.
All right.
Okay. Means overall, I think successful day though. I mean, way how things have been.
I guess we should keep this for watch, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone's level-headed.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Sleep well, Sonny. Remember, if anything's the matter, wake me up. All right?
You'll be the first to know. Or whoever's on ship, because I will yell. I am not afraid of yelling.
Yeah, you can be loud, that's for sure.
Oh my.
Remember, we're not on campus anymore. Relations are okay.
What's that supposed?
Oh my goodness.
What's that supposed to mean? Excuse me?
Rin?
What does that mean?
Don't you give that fucking smile.
What do you mean?
Go the fuck to bed.
Weirdos.
Okay.
Weirdos, I'm gonna like your company.
Well, Miel is not on watch, so I'm gonna put her inside.
Before we call it,
What's up? Good night.
Ventus had a talk.
How did it go?
Talia told Yuki to fuck off in front of everyone. 'Cause she did exactly what she's been doing this whole time again. Bad enough that Talia would say that.
Yes, it is. She's very patient.
Which means Kiki is more than likely gonna be entering the pool of unsorted. I think Talia should step up and take over Ventus.
I do think that she is capable. There's more to being a leader than martial prowess, and I think she's got what it takes. But what the hell is Yuki going to do?
Maybe with less responsibility, she'll be able to focus on herself a bit more. She'll be able to make her own mistakes without dragging the others in, or feeling like they have to get dragged in. Maybe pressure is off her.
Let's hope so, but I guess let's hope so. Really, what else could we do?
Yeah. I thought I'd mention, given everything we discussed, and given that's a pretty big... That's pretty big.
She was so horribly distraught when I found her.
Yeah, we almost accidentally walked in on that.
That's fine, it didn't affect the conversation, but the point being, when she asked me to go find Lainey at some point, I was almost scared to leave her in case she hurt herself.
You could have asked me to stay. I would've.
Well, it was further on in the conversation at that point.
Alright. I just wanted to say that, but, let's leave it at that. Better topics while we sit and watch. Like, my favorite topic. I'm about to respawn. Goodbye.
Cheerfully.
Give a shit to that. He did not. He's like, fuck it. Whatever.
Fucking cow!
Maybe. I'm just a
Listen, she just had one of her like good friends fucking die, her mentor die, and her fiance being a slave.
There's information that
The cow there isn't.
It's like
a man in the
like a transformer.
We're on the brink of a discovery.
Don't worry,
about
Vesper.
Murtish that not even Murtish knows.
I'm putting you on the
all
list.
we have to do is get him to fucking say something that makes it click for someone else.
Looking at the new studio.
I don't know what that'll be yet,
You
and
but
Aaron.
he doesn't know. He's very confused.
You and
with his
Aaron are on the
memories.
list.
He just keeps talking
Man,
about
this is gonna be a tough choice.
No.
Can't wait for.
Like I said, make it harder.
I'm so excited. I have declared Winston,
Yeah, the fucking big yellow.
or not Winston, Aaron and Vesper onto the list.
What?
I would talk to Murtash more, but
The ship list.
Oh, Taylor beat you. Taylor's beat you to that by a
I
couple
know.
weeks.
No, I know. I know. Dude, Taylor was telling me. Taylor was telling me basically like, oh, I was telling him that
Well, so like, okay,
Solus
so
and Philia
if I go and,
knocked
like, hang out
Luca
with
and Emma off first place. And then now they're first place, and then Taylor's like, you haven't seen Aaron and Vesper.
Oh no! Oh no!
Or wait, who was the other one? And it was Murtash and Yuki.
Yuki, yeah. That's her favorite ship, is Murtash and Yuki.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
And Taylor got me with that. Taylor shocked me, and I'm like, oh my god, you're right. I'm gonna have to clean the slate. I'm gonna have to clean the list.
And then the one time I do find him, like, okay,
Like, I'm gonna have to review everything to see who's number one.
Man.
Well, we're not. They're not a thing.
So many good stories.
Yet, or at all. We don't
It
know.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like any key moments you have with each other, that makes the ship.
Jackson and Bombadil came by.
Hi.
It was like a lot of
Man.
that Yuki was
Ja,
wanting
het
to
was
do.
quite a time
And also,
talking to the cave.
Pet.
Yeah, a monkey rolled up and was like, "Hey, shit's fucked," and I'm like, "What? This is a weird situation."
She didn't on the boat, and she didn't now.
And then Emma was like, you know, Kiki's thinking of leaving, and I'm like, "Oh, I should deal with that."
And we had 7 for a bit. No. I mean,
There's still a high chance of Kiki maybe.
You could have talked to her again at
I
the end
don't
of
know,
that
because like Kiki may like try to change teams,
okay.
but she gave up on that idea because
You get to have the free choice. You get
she
to double
doesn't
dip.
want new people to get involved in Vanta's bullshit, so she like doesn't drag any of the new students to do like
It's
to be in the
okay, I
middle.
can
What the
deal
little
with
cold
Ventus.
He's
I'll just turn
immune.
invisible.
He's immune
Man.
to everything.
How are you feeling?
He's a weird little guy.
So you're joining Ventus again?
Weird little dude. Yeah, I feel pretty good.
Weird little man.
But Kiki is thinking of like, if things keep going south and keep going shit, Kiki has a high chance of actually leaving Rosewood altogether to go see.
It's gonna be the both of the Goobers on the same team. That's definitely gonna be our goal. But again, we'll see how things go.
Oh.
Well, so look, it's Dragon Maggie. Dragon
Gonna
Maggie.
go punk?
Dragon Maggie.
Gonna go punk, huh? My stick's better.
Dragon Maggie. Would you bring Dragon Maggie in?
Hold on a second, my second episode at least.
No, not into Rosewood, no.
Yeah, but what type of magic?
That would be weird.
It's chloromancy.
Fun.
Okay, cool.
But it is a poisonous plant, so you are poisoned.
Good night.
Good night. Good session. Oh, are you saying goodnight to Raven, or are you going to?
No. I was saying goodnight to Raven.
Oh, okay.
I assaulted like several people with my tail today. It was funny. You really do.
Oh.
Man, what
I
an
have no
episode.
idea.
That
I have
was
no
exhausting.
idea. I have no idea who to pick or what to do. Because
What's the matter? What do you not know what to do?
Lumen is even considering like, is Kiki in the pool? Are we? Do we need to consider Kiki as well? So like, oh shit.
Education's important, chat. So
I just want all of them. I want everyone.
Yeah.
I want.
I hope at least I see it from the side. I had fun, but I hope at least I know I had fun, but I hope you guys have enjoyed Barrett so far for the first episode as well. I'm trying my best to find myself. I'm still trying to find my place when it comes to the character. But I know. I know. I heard the Aurora Borealis. I was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm jumping on that one.
I can't believe you managed to slip in a Simpsons meme. I hate it so much.
You did what?
Yep.
Everyone looked towards you.
Aurora Borealis.
Rin kept on talking about seeing Aurora Borealis, and I was like, centralized in this location? Like, what do you mean?
Little fucker.
An asphyxiant expression.
He's Drozen.
It's a Drozen expression.
When things aren't good.
Demon.
But yeah,
It's okay, you
I have no idea
Steamed meats.
who we're gonna grab. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Everyone's so
You gotta be
good.
certain. I'm open to be placed wherever, like I said.
I assume we have a couple sessions, hopefully.
Barrett has said it himself. He prefers going on some team that actually needs him in that sense. Like, again, filling out places is one thing, but then being effective on a team to help out, like solidify or like block off, help go with weaknesses. That's usually what Barrett would want.
We do kind of need a tank.
Yeah, we really do need a tank, honestly. Because again, Rowan is both tank right now and healer, and that just is not sustainable at all.
No, it makes sense. I get it. That's also what Barry was like. So you're the frontliner, and you're also the healer. This is not a good choice for a long time fight.
Multiple arms.
I did not hear that.
We could just hard pivot.
We'd be able to.
You could go for Kiki. You know, fuck it. Double up on healers.
Yeah, if we did get Kiki, we'd get another healer, so Rowan could tank that.
Mao, I didn't tell you. The emote is so cute, thank you.
Oh,
Yay.
Jack. Hi, darling.
no idea.
Also, where did you guys start in character? Out of curiosity, if I can ask that.
We started directly in front of the town's gate. That's where we started, and we walked the entire way until we meet you guys.
Yeah, dude, I'm surprised that we fucking just happened to walk into you. Just picked away.
Like we were prepared, we were prepared to walk all the way to the ship in that sense, but again, we just kind of encountered you guys, and I was like, well, there
That's
goes
when I
that.
sit down because of the angle. I should probably put my chair in a better place.
Whoops! I forgot to turn off the
I thought you
stream.
were
Good night,
dropping like a
y'all.